Welcome back. For anyone looking to get some more information on this new area in Central Florida called Middleton by the Villages. I know that the information out there is pretty scarce, but that's because this is still a new community, and in reality, not too many people know what's going on here just yet. We often get outshined by our neighborhood's parent community of the Villages, which is the 55 plus and the largest retirement community in the world with all of their new and exciting updates. But we're here as well, and I have some updates for you from when we last talked just about a year ago. So for those of you that are new here, my name is Kaitlyn, and I'm a realtor with LPT Realty here in town, and this is Visit the Villages, Florida. I have an introduction video of Middleton that I'll attach to this, so check that out too, because it has a lot more of the basic questions answered when you're starting to research in this area. And then if you still have questions, you can always drop a comment below or send me a direct message, and I will do my best to get it answered for you. All right, here we go. The neighborhood is getting close to the 2-year mark for some of the original houses, and I'm sitting at almost a year and a half of living here. Some things have changed drastically, and some things we are still patiently waiting for. The most asked question is if our downtown is open yet. And finally, I am happy to report that we are starting to see some businesses open. Mustard Seed Decor was the first store to open their doors, and they have some home furnishings, home goods, light decor, things like that. And then we also have Victory Sports Bar and Grill that opened last week immediately across from our stage area. A few other areas have already been claimed, and they're starting to customize their shell for places like Four River Smokehouse, Provisions, which is kind of like a quick service grab and go food place. Kind of picture a gas station without the gas pumps and better quality food. There's also Abbott's Frozen Custard, 24 Middleton, Wolfgang Bakery and Grooming for Pets, Zanzibar, and a Circle K gas station that has been announced. So things are moving along, and I know that this is kind of a sore spot for a lot of people that are currently living here because they wanted to be downtown, and they wanted the downtown to be open practically as soon as Middleton started building houses. But we have to remember that this caliber of an all-age neighborhood is completely new to the Villages franchise. And yes, I know about Oxford Oaks, that's on 301, which was the original all-age community, but Middleton is on a much larger scale, and this is truly connected to the Villages with its multimodal pass and the way that they're giving us a downtown/square thing. So be patient, things are coming, and no matter what, there's going to be a lot of movement, reshaping, opening and closings of businesses while they try to figure out this whole downtown thing, which is also very close to Eastport. So touching on that for a second, I also think that some of the larger Villages branded shops and restaurants are going to choose Eastport over Middleton because that is kind of the quintessential Village vibes with their primary demographic as compared to Middleton. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but remember that Eastport is only a few miles up the road from us. So even if they have more shops and entertainment, it's still going to be very accessible for us here in Middleton. I've heard a little bit of conflicting information about us getting a grocery store to the downtown area. I want to believe that we will actually be getting one eventually, but there has not been anything formally announced yet. Right now, we do have a Publix about 10 minutes up the road in the Magnolia Plaza Shopping Center, and then a Walmart Supercenter in Bushnell about 20 minutes south off of I-75. But the most common thing that people are doing right now for groceries is to order from Kroger for the Kroger delivery. It's quick, food comes right to your door, and you can schedule it whenever you want. I use Kroger delivery a lot, and the prices I think are much better than Publix, even when adding into the delivery fee. There is a subscription that you can pay into for like an annual fee, which will give you free next day delivery, or you can do like a higher tier, which has the free same day delivery. Next update, how far along are we into the neighborhood and what phases are currently getting built? Phase 1 and 2 have no more empty lots, and I believe the last of the spec houses are listed for sale or pending now. Phase 3 also has a very small handful of lots available. Phase 3 is on the other side of Dry Creek Park, closer to Moultrie Creek. And while it is a smaller phase, they have some great lot sizes, and a lot of them still have water views that are still available. Phase 4 is on the other side of Central Parkway, and they're building pretty steady so far. Something brand new that just popped up the other day while I was looking online is they released a whole new batch of lots that are available in Phase 5. This area is the section surrounding Thurston Park on the left-hand side, kind of like a giant C, so if the park is like right there. At the time of recording, so right now, the only lots that have been selected are the ones that are directly across from the park on the large lots. Everything else is basically still available. Now, this is a full disclosure moment, but when you're on the north side of Central Parkway in the Phase 4 and 5 area, the property immediately behind Middleton, the Middleton Wall, is the Coleman Prison. Personally, I'm not affected by having a prison within a few miles of our houses, but it may be a deciding factor for some others. So I think it's important for you to talk about if you are looking at a home on the north side of Central Parkway. From the home site map on the mymiddleton.com page, it looks like the area south of the school complex will also be Middleton as well. So if you want to build a new house but don't want it to be on the north side of Central Parkway because of the prison, you may have options that are further south, but I don't know when they will start working on those lots or honestly, really any timeline. Another thing to consider is the proximity to the concrete plant that's by the prison as well. When I first started researching moving down here, I was told that the concrete plant had blasts every Friday, and they are extremely disruptive. So there are blasts that happen, and they do happen on Friday, but they're definitely not every Friday, and I particularly wouldn't say that they're disruptive. I've lived in an army town in Tennessee, right in the middle of a helicopter flight path, and I thought that the helicopters flying that shook my house did that more regularly than these concrete blasts. It kind of feels like a very small earthquake that lasts only about 5 seconds. And I live fairly close to the plant compared to some of the other houses that are in Phase 2 or 3. And when you feel it for the first time, it is startling, but don't worry, the Middleton Facebook groups will all be chatting about it within a few minutes, so you know you're not going crazy when you feel that blast. There's also the water processing plant that is adjacent to Phase 4 and 5 as well that I would recommend you look into before choosing a lot to build on over there because it can smell from time to time. So something that got brought up before is the growth of Middleton doesn't follow the same format of our parent company of the Villages, and people are starting to get concerned. So for those that are unfamiliar, Middleton was already about halfway through Phase 1 when Moultrie Creek started to break ground. And now a majority of Moultrie Creek homes are completed and lived in, and the developer moved on to the next section of villager housing in Shady Brook, Water's Edge, Well Point, and all that. It is true that Middleton growth is significantly slower than the Villages. But then again, we are not the primary demographic. The Villages has been a brand for encouraging retirees, or really anybody over the age of 55, to move to Central Florida for over 30 years. Middleton has started their branding, let's say, 3 years ago. So we're not in the same wheelhouse, and the Villages has no intention to shift their marketing to pull full attention to Middleton. I don't think that means that we're struggling. I think it just means that there is other growth that's happening that in areas that they've been promoting for years. I want to touch on the site-built homes or spec homes for a second. If you're looking for a home that is move-in ready, the builder does have a handful of houses of pretty popular floor plans that are usually always available. The most popular floor plans that I see around the neighborhood are Follow the Leader and Farmer in the Dell in the Playground series, Go Fish, Double Dutch, and Rock, Paper, Scissors in the Recess series, maybe Red Rover in Field Day, but honestly, there's just not a lot of Field Day houses because it is a small selection of floor plans that they have. And then maybe Home Run, Kick Line, and probably the Hole-in-One from the Range series. I'd say most of the time, there's at least one of the houses listed above in any stage of construction. Most of them now are going to be in late Phase 2, Phase 3, 4, or 5. We are also seeing resale houses on both the VLS and MLS. So know that if you are only searching on the Middleton site for new construction, that you are not seeing the full inventory of what's available. Most, if not all, the resale houses will have more financing terms like VA or FHA that you can utilize. So make sure you talk to your agent and your lender about what is the best loan program for you and then what houses would qualify. The benefit of a resale home is that most of the time they have already added the upgrades that are not included in a new construction home right off the bat, like blinds, ceiling fans, fences, screened lanai, paint, landscaping, etc. So even though our downtown only has a few places open, we do get events that are called the Middleton Mingle that the Villages puts on, where a band will come to perform on the stage, and they'll bring in food trucks or a mobile bar unit. So far, we've only had a few of them, but I think that they're doing them as often as they can around holidays, or maybe even quarterly when the construction is at a safe stopping point. Because you have to remember, we don't want the kids, families, everybody getting hurt. The neighborhood as a whole has a lot of independent groups, such as Kids Meetup, Book Club, cycling, pickleball, arts and crafts, age groups like the little kids, 20s to 30s, over 50, and so on. So there really can be a group for everybody to latch onto and find other like-minded neighbors if that's what you wanted to do. Disney and Universal are only an hour away from us, and we have super easy access to the Turnpike off of 470. So whether you're going to Orlando for work or play, it's very easy to get to. The Turnpike is going through a widening phase right now, which will probably last the next few years because that's just how government project works. So expect backups regularly and do what I do and always have your GPS on even when you know exactly where you're going to avoid those pop-up accidents. What I would love to see get developed in Middleton, if anybody on the planning department is watching this, is we want a gym. And no, I don't want like a Genesis or anything, but a nice indoor workout facility that maybe has childcare options for the parents would be awesome. Thurston Park is the only one so far that has the outdoor workout equipment, but it's obviously not the same. And quite literally every person that I've talked to has said that they would support a gym facility like Planet Fitness to come downtown. So development people, please put in some calls and make that happen for us. I promise you it will get used. Before I wrap this up, I do want to give a shout out to the charter school here at the Middleton campus. I don't have kids that would go to the charter school, but there are so many accomplished students that are getting recognized and even signing on with athletic scholarships to D1 and D2 schools. We saw some band concerts and the musical Sweeney Todd last year put on by the students, and honestly, blown away. The caliber of talent that some of these kids have are spectacular, and the families that I know who have kids enrolled all speak very highly of the education that they are receiving. Remember, you do have to be an employee of the Villages or by a qualifying business that operates in the Villages in order to have eligibility to the charter school. Just living in Middleton or paying a standalone tuition will not get your child enrolled. If you feel like I have missed anything that you were looking to get updated on or still have questions, please feel free to drop a comment below or send me a message and I will do my best to get an answer for you. Friendly reminder, I do not work for the Villages or as a sales rep or in any other capacity with the franchise. So if you have a Villages specific question, I can help to get you in touch with who you need to contact, but I'm just reporting on my perspective of living here in Middleton and being a real estate agent on the MLS side. I hope you're having a great day from wherever you're watching this from, and if you're in town, I'll see you around.